dear learners, you are welcome to this lesson. And in this lesson, we are going to talk about the people at home. This lesson is for primary 1, primary 2, and primary 3. So my friends in those classes, stay near the television. But before we start the lesson, let me tell you my name. I am Nampera Maureen, and I have a friend of mine, Teacher Millie, who is a Ugandan sign language interpreter. So both of us are going to teach together. Before we start, we must remind ourselves about the coronavirus, which is in the world and it is already in Uganda. So please wash your hands every time because the virus hides in the hands and in the fingers. So when your hands have the virus and you touch your nose or your mouth, you can get the disease. So please wash your hands with soap and clean water. Do not touch your mouth. Do not touch your nose. And please do not touch your eyes. So, in this lesson, you need your pencil, you need a book, and if you have a pen, you can use it and find somewhere to sit. Let me wait for you as you get ready. Dear learners, in this lesson, we are going to look at the people at home. But before we start, the people at home, let's ask ourselves a question. What is a home? A home is a place where we live. And when we live there, we are the family. Now, we are going to see the different people who live at home. Now look at my picture here. I have a picture of the people who are at home. Can you look at it? Can you tell us who the people are? Yes. One of the people you can see, for example, yes, there is father. So father is one person at home. There is mother. Oh yes, I can see mother. Mother is there. She's a person at home. There is grandmother. She is at home. There is also grandfather and brother and sister. Good. So many people can live at home. Now, in some families, you find only father and mother and their children only. And that family is called the nuclear family, with father, mother, and the children. There is another family where we have father, mother, and the children and other relatives, uncles, aunt, grandmother, grandchildren, grandfather, and many others, even friends. So that type of family, we shall call it extended family. So there are two families. We have the nuclear family and the extended family. So my dear learners, that is where we are going to start. Let's rest a bit as we wait to read. As we are getting ready to read, we have a common reading song in our classrooms. And we are going to sing together this song. It goes. It's time for reading. It's time for reading. Hey, ho, away we go. It's time for reading. It's time for reading. It's time for reading. Hey, away we go. It's time for reading. So it tells us that it is time to read. And in this part of the lesson, we are going to read letters, we are going to read words, and we are going to read short sentences about the people we live with at home. But before we read the sentences and the letters and the words, let's remind ourselves about the people at home. And in this part, we are only going to talk about 4 of them. Listen carefully. Father, father, father. Can you say with me? Father, father, father. Good. Listen to another one. Mother, mother, mother. Can we say together? Mother, mother, mother. Good. Listen. Sister, sister, sister. Can we say together? Sister, sister, sister. Good. Now we have brother, brother, brother. Good. So now we have the words. Now let's look at the pictures. This is father, father. Listen. I'm going to say that word and you listen carefully to the first sound of the word. Listen. Father, father, father. When you listen to the word father, it begins with sound and and together and we shall say fa, fa, fa. Okay? Now we know that the word father begins with fa. Now we can make and build other English words which begin with fa. Now this is fa and this is t, t, t. So we are going to say fa. Listen. Fat. So the word now reads fat. Fat. Good. We have another one. We have far. Far. And we have s. So we have fa, fa, and the word now reads fun, fun. Now we know how to read. We can read another one. We have our fa. Now we have our s, and now it reads fast. Let's bring our T. Okay, now we can read fast. Fast. Okay, now we can read English words which begin with fa. Now there are other words that begin with f. For example, fish. fox. Those words begin with the sound f. All right. Now we have finished the word father. Now let's go to mother. Listen. Mother. Mother. Now that word mother begins with m, which is letter M. So the word mother begins with M. Sister. Sister. The word sister begins with s. S. So that is letter S. So the word sister will begin with letter S. Brother. Brother. The word brother begins with B. B. That is letter B. So we can read some of the English words that talk about the people at home. Now let's make a sentence with the word father. Listen. My father is a fat man. My father is a fat man. I can also say, my father is a farmer. My father is a farmer. All right. Let's pause a bit and get ready to listen to a story. My dear learners, it is time for us to listen to a story. And when I read the story, please listen. Do not write anything. You just listen. And after this story, I'm going to ask you a few questions about the story. So please sit upright, don't lean, and look at me. I begin. A happy family. Akelo lives in Chiti village. She lives with her father and her mother. She has 2 brothers and a baby sister. They live with their grandmother. Every evening, grandmother tells them stories of long ago. Everyone in the home loves grandmother and her interesting stories. Let me read the second time. Please listen. A happy family. Akelo lives in Chiti village. She lives with her father and her mother. She has 2 brothers and a baby sister. They live with their grandmother. Every evening, grandmother tells them stories of long ago. Everyone in the home loves grandmother and her interesting stories. So that is our story. Now I am going to read questions and you think about their answers. Question 1. Where does Akelo live? Where does Akelo live? How many brothers does Akelo have? How many brothers does Akelo have? Question 3. Why do people in Akelo's home love grandmother? Why do people in Akelo's home love grandmother? The last question. If you were Akelo, what would you do for grandmother to show that you love her? If you were Akelo, what would you do for grandmother to show that you love her? So those are our questions. Now, let's think about the answers to the questions. Question 1, what did it say? Do you remember? Where does Akelo live? And the answer is Akelo lives in Chiti village. So that is our answer. Question 2. How many brothers does Akelo have? And the answer is Akelo has 2 brothers. 3. Why do people in Akelo's home love grandmother? People in Akelo's home love grandmother because she tells them stories of long ago. The last question. If you were Akelo, what would you do for grandmother to show that you love her? Now, you have many answers. What would you do for grandmother? I would, for example, give her a sweet. What about you? Yes, the answer is yours. So what would you do for grandmother? It is yours. Think about what you do for grandmother. Now, my dear learners, we have come to the end of the reading part of the lesson, and the last part of the lesson, we are going to write a few words and letters and one sentence of what we have learned about. Now, get your pencil and get your book because we are going to practice writing. All right, before we write, let's sing our writing song. Do you remember that writing song? Yes. Write, everybody write on a cold morning day. This is how little children write on a cold morning day. I think we are now ready. Now let's get our pencil ready to write. So we are going to first write the letter F for father. My dear learners, we are going to practice writing the letters and the words and the sentences. But before we write in the books, let's first write in the air. We are going to write our letter F. F. So let's get our pencil and our hand and start writing. So we start F. Let's do it again. We begin F. We go together. Begin F. Now get your pencil and write in your book F. 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 Good. Thank you. Now write the word father. Father. Good. Write the word mother. Mother. Good. Write the word sister. Sister. Good. Write the word brother. Brother. Now let's check the words and see whether we have the correct spellings. The word father, look at it. The word mother. The word sister. The word brother. Have you got those words? I clap for you. Thank you very much. Now let's try to write a sentence. Get your pencil. Listen. Father is a fat man. Father is a fat man. Can you check and see? Father is a fat man. And the full stop. Check your sentence. If you have got it, very good. Now, in your free time, get some soil, some mud, or some clay, mold it to make the people whom you live with at home. If you live with mother, make a mold of mother. If you live father, make a model father. Now you keep those models very well. When the term opens, take these models to the teacher and tell the teacher, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my grandmother. Please do it after this lesson. So, my dear learners, as we are coming to the end of this lesson, please remember that COVID is here with us. Please stay at home and please wash your hands with soap and clean water, and always use a handkerchief whenever you have flu. Please use a handkerchief to cover your mouth and your nose as you're sneezing. I wish you the best. Thank you very much.